Assalamu alaikum and hi, my name is Alif and this is my Intro to Sociology reflective speech video. Alright, let's get into it. First question is, okay, here we go. How would you compare yourself before and after joining Intro to Sociology? I think one major change in my attitude after joining this class is that I pay way more attention to my surrounding environment. I start to question things a lot more. I question things like, why do human beings interact the way we do? And things like, how do the friends I make influence my behavior and my individual experiences, right? And questions like, why does the concept of social class even exist? So every time I learn about sociology, I pretend that I'm an alien from another planet on planet Earth, pretending to be a human being and learning about human beings. I think it really helps me to change the way I look at things, because what may seem normal to me might not seem normal to someone else. And I think that really encapsulates the whole idea of sociology. All right, next question. What new information have you learned in class? So I learned a lot in this class, but one thing that really sticks out in my mind right now is the concept of symbolic interactionism. Now, symbolic interactionism is a concept introduced by George Herbert Mead in the early 20th century. So symbolic interactionism is a sociological concept that revolves around how people interact with each other and how we create meaning behind those interactions. So this concept focuses a lot on symbols, which could be anything from words, gestures, drawings, or even objects. How has this information changed your new way of thinking? I think it made me more aware and observant as a person. So a few weeks back, there was a death in my family, and I was there. I was present throughout the whole process, from, the death to all the way up to the burial. And I noticed that at every step of the process, there were just so many intricate details and so many little parts of the ritual that had to be carried out. So before I joined this class, I felt like all of this was normal and this is just how things are done. But after learning about these concepts, I really started to pay attention to these little details and started asking myself questions like, why do human beings care so much about honoring the dead? And questions like, how much will the way human beings honor the dead change in the far future? In Islam, we wrap the body in a white cloth. It's not blue, it's not green, it's not red. It is always and will always be a white cloth. And this white cloth represents the feeling of peace and rest, and it reminds us, the living, of the Day of Judgment. All of these meanings contrive from one single piece of white cloth. And that is basically the whole idea of symbolic interactionism. So of course, other cultures and religions have their own way of honoring the dead, which is why I feel that sociology is such a vast and complex and interesting field, because there's just so much to learn about in this world. All right, last question. What surprised you most about your experiences? I think what surprised me most about my experiences is just how common these little interactions are. We go about our daily lives and we experience hundreds of thousands of these little interactions, and we just never notice because they don't really stick out to us, because to us they're normal. But ever since I started paying close attention, I realized that these same interactions are basically what builds up, or what is the foundation of society as a whole. So with that, I hope that I do continue to learn more about social interaction and human connection. And I hope that whoever is watching this video, I manage to convince you to do the same. I think that everyone should learn about sociology, because at the end of the day, it's a study about us, human beings. That is all from me. Thank you very much for watching.